inaugural World Drivers' Championship was held in 1950 during the 4th season of F1. Giuseppe Farina, who was driving for Alfa Romeo, took the championship after winning 3 of the 7 races held that season. Juan Manuel Fangio also took 3 victories, but lost out points after having retired from the other 3 races he entered. I'm not superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed in winning a world title. For example, Graham Hill, Damon Hill and Phil Hill are all previous World Championship winners. The United Kingdom has achieved more World Drivers' Championships than any other country, over a quarter of which were won by Lewis Hamilton. Formula 1 is named as such because the participants agreed to a set of rules where the formula are the rules and the one referring to the fact that this is a top-tier motor race. Nürburgring is the only F1 track to have hosted 3 different races. European Grand Prix.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Formula Worldwide Leagues presents Friday Night Lights. I am your affable host, DonutPuncher 272, joining you live, as always, late on a Friday night here on the East Coast. I hope it's earlier wherever you are because, well, you just have more time to live. Spend that time wisely. Use it. You never know when it could be over. Anyway, tonight we are in Italy, Monza specifically, a beautiful region of Italy, as if there are a bunch of shit regions of Italy and only a couple of good ones. If you watch qualifying, like I did, you saw the same thing I did. Sketchable, back, we'll talk about it. Narrowly beats NXR Gifted to pole in a Vasey Skysies. In third place, last week's winner, the Logistical Nightmare, in fifth place. We'll get to all that superfluous racing stuff here in a moment. But for now, let me get to my co-commentator joining me in the booth tonight. The one and only person I let join me in the booth. Massive Noogies. Massive. As I say every time, are you there? Can you hear me? How are you doing?
I'm still here. I'm still pecan pieless. Hopefully not for too much longer, though.
What was the word you just used?
Pecan pieless.
Pecan pieless.
Yeah, ever since our last interaction, I have had 0 pecan pie.
Well, I've had pie. We'll talk about that as well a little bit later on as we watch Sketchable wiggle his way through the parabolic as he makes his way to the grid. So Sketchable on pole, he is back. NXR Gifted in second, as I said. Looking further down the grid, Victor Chaus in fourth. He's been known to be on some podiums. The Schmerzer, the man of action, the wannabe, previous podium, perhaps even a winner, I can't remember anymore. Mr. Heat Gang, love Mr. Heat Gang, another hard-working American out there. Fitty, Capacity, H.E. Pennypacker, number 4, she's going to be stunning and brave tonight, as she always is, but let's get on the second, with our second place driver right here, NXR Gifted. Let's get on board and let's see what it looks like from his point of view. Five lights on. 5 lights off. LFG. A bit of a squirmy start from both of our two main protagonists here as NXR Gifted tucks in behind Sketchable. Is he going to make the move? I don't think he's going to do that. There's no reason to fight right now. Oh, somebody has gone. Oh, no! NXR Gifted has been spun right round already. Victor Chaus, I think, was the one who went straight through. Perhaps it was the step pen. We have already got yellow flags out here. Nope, it's going straight to green. So the step pen has dropped down. Victor Chaus has dropped down, but the big loser in all of this was, where is he? Oh, my God. NXR Gifted is in goddamn dead last. So NXR Gifted hosed there. Did you see who hit him massive? He's going to be so angry.
Let's take a look at the race director. It doesn't say.
Brilliant. Well, the upshot of that, as I'm sure NXR Gifted is thinking right now, is that Sketchable is in the lead of this race from the Logistical Nightmare. As I mentioned, last week's winner. If he can hold that gap, he'll surely be able to pull away with the Logistical Nightmare not having any of that hot, steamy DRS to help him pull back within Sketchable. I bet he's using the shit out of his ERS right now. If I was smart enough, I'd have the telemetry and all that stuff on, and I could actually tell you if that was true or not. Let's take a look at the tires here. So Victor Chaus and Premi are the only two on the softs. Everybody else on the medium, so everyone else going a bit long here. Excuse me, my voice is already struggling. It's so late here on the East Coast. I've done so much talking already today. So Logistical Nightmare not able to get within that second, that magic second. But we have close gaps everywhere, Massive. We are in for what could be a very good race here if this holds up.
Well, I'm going to have to come back in because the game would not let me exit out of the pause menu.
That's really cool. Well, you just hang on the blower here. Don't go anywhere. And hopefully these technological problems that you're facing don't become problems for all of us. Hopefully you don't glitch out the grid when you return.
Press start. I'll be the scapegoat. If you need me to look at something, I'll press start.
All right, well, what you're missing right now is not the hottest of hot racing action, but as I said, the gaps are pretty short as H.E. Pennypackers made a terrible error. I believe that was him. No, that was Preemy. That was Preemy. He's made a big error. The step hen's come through. I believe kind of before has come through as well. But she is out of DRS range because of that mistake. She made up a few positions, but she's going to pay the long-term price for it. Logistical Nightmare with the fastest lap of the race, trying like hell to get that hot DRS. Can he do it? Victor Chaus, he needs to make a serious impact here on Evasy Skysies. He's going to need that DRS, especially since he's on those soft tires. Evasy Skysies, 3rd place on the grid, 4th place now. Looks like the Schmerzer has gotten past him. You wouldn't put the Schmerzer to do anything in this race. He's very unpredictable. What are you taking a look at here, Massive?
I'm following along with the Preemy. Are we able to call him that? Is that okay? Is that weird?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think so.
Okay.
Oh no, 2 people have just crashed, Massive. So the wannabe spun out at turn 4, and H.E. Pennypacker is now at the very back of the grid. And he's retired. He's retired on track. I hope that does not cause a safety car.
Pac-Man? I didn't know he was in here.
You really shouldn't be doing that on track. I'm sure he has a good reason. He must be super pissed about something. Perhaps he'll tell us on the Discord machine. We'll get to that momentarily. I cut you off there, Massive. What were you looking at? Oh, the Preemy, you said.
The Preemy, I was. Pac-Man, I think he retired around the same time last night.
Just having a bad time around here at Monza. So the step hen now making the move on number 4 as he moves himself into 7th place. But they have lost big time out to 50 Cent and Victor Chaus, who are now fighting their way through the first chicane. Victor Chaus comes out on top, but for how long? For how long? So those two are costing each other time. Are they going to try to go? Are they going to do this again? I guess this would probably be turn 4 here. Fiddy's going down the inside on Victor Chaus. This is not a 2-car corner. Fortunately, cooler heads prevail. Victor Chaus decides to back out of it a little bit. He's going to get some DRS here down the, I don't know what you would call it, this little forest they're about to go down. And because of their fighting, the step hen is now only 1.1 seconds behind. So that's big mistake there from Fiddy and Victor Chaus. They had to fight so hard. So now that we have a tiny lull, Massive, let's talk about the big news of the night. Sketchable, he's back. He was gone for a week, shadow banned by the FIA for what can only be described as no reason. But he made it sound like he was never, ever going to be here ever again. And 1 week later, here he is.
Yeah, I thought he was in prison. The rest of his miserable life. Obviously not the case. He was let out early. He's in the car with an ankle brace. What do you call that thing?
Ankle bracelet.
Ankle bracelet.
What you know about that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm a good boy, but Sketchable is not.
Oh, Sketchable must have made a terrible error here, Massive. I wasn't even looking because I just assumed he had pulled away. But he's in 2nd place now.
It's a lot of close
Well,
battles.
I've been caught unawares. What happened? Did you see what happened? What a terrible broadcaster I am.
I always make it a point to never look at the front. I always assume that that's your people. My people are the guys in the back.
Well, you know how much I love a midfield battle, Massive. From previous broadcasting, you know I can't take my eyes off of it. But Sketchable must have made it some sort of error because now he is following hotly behind the Logistical Nightmare, and I would imagine he is going to be taking the lead down this main DRS straight very, very shortly. So yeah, Sketchable was gone. Now he's back and looking to, if not win the championship, at least make a good fist of it. I think he's way behind NXR Gifted. NXR Gifted himself has now moved up into 8th place, fighting back after all kinds of terrible things happened to him earlier in the race, as Sketchable easily takes the lead. So we'll move off them for a second because there's hot racing action happening back here in the midfield between the two Williams and Primi. They all make it through so far. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Capacity Rex and Primi. But Capacity Rex gets an excellent run out of that corner. Oh, excuse me, that was Novocaine. I am very confused between these two Williams. They're impossible to tell apart. I feel like David Croft right now, saying the wrong people's names. Primi on those soft tires, you'd have to imagine they're close to going a little stale at the moment. Fighting with one hand tied behind his back. The step hen, NXR Gifted fighting. NXR Gifted makes up another position, up into 7th now. He's a safety car away here, Massive, from having a chance in this race. As Capacity Rex goes down the inside of Novocaine at Ascari. So NXR Gifted is about to take another position here from the stunning and brave number 4. And he'll be all the way up into 6th with DRS on Fiddy.
From 2nd to 15th to 6th. In a matter of 7
Really
laps.
impressive. And he still has some ERS left to play with, too, as he goes down the inside of number 4. And she was willing and able to let that happen. So now NXR is going to be going after Fiddy, and I don't think it's going to take him very long to get there. Boy, he is on a charge right now. He did finish 2nd in qualifying, but it looks like he has the race pace to win this race, even with all those bad things happening to him. Capacity Rex, oh my god, fighting back here with the Wannabe and Novocaine and Primi. Uh-oh.
They came out of the
oh.
they came out of the 2nd turn 3 wide.
And no one crashed. Very, very well done, boys. We have 5 cars at the back of the field here, all within DRS range. Little human centipede for you on lap 7. Everyone here mouth to butt. Everyone here has got DRS. Bit of a train. Wannabe is going to have to close up to Novocaine to be able to make a move here. And they'll have one more.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you love to see some close racing from Capacity after that debacle at Saudi Arabia.
I don't remember what happened in Saudi Arabia. Can you refresh me memory?
It was for Capacity something of a demolition derby. It may as well have been Dale Earnhardt behind the wheel, just shoving people left and right.
Ooh, speaking of shoving people left and right, the Wannabe has ran off the track. And Novocaine has just gone off the track. Capacity Rex is going to pass him on the outside of Curva Grande. There he goes into 10th. He's going to be going after the Wannabe. The Wannabe somehow came out of all that completely unscathed and in the lead of this little, what is now a 4-car pack, as Primi has gone into the pits already on lap 8 and put on those fresh medium tires, as you see on your timing screen. Not sure what his plan is there. That is a long-ass time to go on some medium tires. Oh, no, and Novocaine has lost it. Coming out of the 2nd Lesmo. And Victor Chaus has also gone in and put on some fresh Horde tires. He did it 2 laps ago, no less. He must have had some wing damage or something. It's very early to go in, even for the Horde tires. Either way, somehow our 5-car battle is now turned into a 2-car battle between the Wannabe and Capacity Rex. Up front, Sketchable has pulled away enough that he is within at least 1 DRS straight of not getting past, or he's going to take at least 2. He has 100% battery, Massive. If that tells you everything, doesn't it?
Who are we looking at?
Sketchable. He has 100% battery left.
Sketchable. Come on, Logical. We need to see a battle.
Sketchable is one of the sneakiest buttholes you're ever going to meet. I know, man. The FIA needs to get involved again and get this guy the fuck out. So NXR Gifted, I mentioned earlier, he was going to be hot on the tail of Fiddy Sen. He's been unable to make that move. So his progress has been halted, severely halted. And without a safety car, it does not look like he's going to figure in tonight's podium, much less a race win.
I don't think that blocking and qualifying translates over into race penalties. But I do think 50 Cent is at least in for a super license point should Preemy decide to bring it before the courts.
Yeah, I saw you had mentioned on the Discord machine that somebody had been parking their car in the middle of the track, huh?
That would be Mr. Cent.
Well, he should be getting passed right now by NXR Gifted. Finally makes the move into 5th place. That is done and dusted.
He's not
Uh-oh.
happy.
Ooh, Fitty taps him a little bit on the butt, but NXR is able to hold on to it. Coming through FR1DAY, he is going to be heading into turn 4 in 5th place. Now has a 5-second gap to make up on Evasy Skyzy's. Can he do it? So we go back a little bit further in the grid. Capacity Rex, the Wannabe, providing us plenty of hot racing action here tonight, as Wannabe just drives off the track for no reason.
No reason.
Quite literally no reason. But he holds it together, stays in 9th place. Capacity in 10th. Mr. Heat Gang back there, he's recovered slightly. Oh, Capacity Rex makes a nice little move there. Or holds on to it with a nice little move through the inside. Sorry, I was looking at Mr. Heat Gang and what he's been through tonight, thinking about what he's been through. All the trials and tribulations, the hardships, especially after a hard day's work. The Wannabe comes through. Now he's in 9th place. I don't know if he was in 9th place before. I can't keep up with these two. What I can tell you is they are 11 seconds now behind number 4. They are very much in need of a safety car. Otherwise, they are going to be fighting for a solitary point here this evening. Sketchable is driven away, absolutely driven away from the logistical nightmare. 50 Cent now passing NXR Gifted. The step hen goes with him. NXR Gifted, powerless to stop it. Drops down to 7th.
You had mentioned, well, we talked about the start of the race when Gifted got sent to the back. Now, I did say in the incident report, it did say Gifted contact with Curtis, so I wonder if it was actually the other way around, and maybe that's why Curtis went onto the hards. He threw that wing on.
Yeah, it would probably be the other way around, obviously, as Victor Chouse was, of course, behind NXR. That seems like a pretty good theory, Massive. We'll go with it. Let's assume that Victor Chouse... Uh-oh. 50 Cent, is he dead? He's dead, isn't he? Oh, my God. I wasn't on board. I was back here, of course, watching the Wannabe in Capacity. What happened to him?
He just went off by himself.
Under his own power, huh?
That's,
Yep, we drive by there with the Wannabe. We see the dead body of 50 Cent. He's not only left his car, he's left his body, and he has left the session. As everyone at the front of the field here going off the medium tire onto the Horde, the Nightmare is pitting. Sketchable already has. Everyone's pitting. Evasy Skyzy's is in. Schmerzer's in. I'm not going to just say everybody's name because everybody is in.
everybody.
Victor Chouse, I'm sure, will take the opportunity to pit here. Maybe get on a fresh set of mediums. What on earth is he doing, Massive? Why would he do that? I know he gets the track position. He's up into 4th, but I don't know. Do you think it's a risk worth taking?
I think he drove by the pit lane looking over with tears because he realized he fucked up.
He made a terrible mistake. Oh, it wasn't a full safety car, though. We're back under green. That was a virtual safety car. I got all excited there for a second. I thought because a dead body was strewn on the track there would be a safety car, but Michael Massey decides nope, no safety car here for now. Everybody took the time to, or took the option to go into the pits and get some fresh tires as Schmerzerzer, as you can see in front of Victor Chouse, struggling right now. So Victor Chouse with his freshly warmed up tires against the Schmerzerzer, who has the freshly cold tires for maybe another couple of corners. If he doesn't get them now, he's not going to get them. Unless he does it with pure pace.
I'd like to report from the paddock. 50 Cent, who, just from my perspective, I think he lost it on his own. I could be wrong, but we'll say he did. Quote, "See y'all never."
What do you think that means? That we're never going to see him again?
Let's take a gander, shall we?
That seems awfully extreme.
He didn't leave the Discord. He's still in here. He just went to go play Hot Wheels or some shit. Real Hot Wheels.
So we have the same 3-car battle here. Massive NXR, Evasy Skysies, and the Step Hen. They were all fighting it out before that virtual safety car. They're fighting it out again on the fresh new tires. They could be joined together this entire race. They should be able to make up some ground on Victor Chouse here at some point, because Victor Chouse, of course, with the 6-lap older tires. And he has lost DRS from the merger, so our top 3 seem to be locked in pretty well here right now. So it could be just these 5th, 6th, and 7th place drivers here providing us with almost all the hot racing action we need. We're on lap 13 of 27. We still haven't talked about baked goods. I'm going to give you one more chance tonight, Massive, to totally redeem yourself when it comes to baked goods talk. Do you have anything to bring to the table tonight? And if you don't have to, fudge it by talking about a Big Mac or something of that ilk. You can just say you don't have anything.
Well, as I did mention, I am still pecan pilot. It's been so long, I feel like I need a good pecan pie, but I don't want to settle for just some average pecan pie that I could get anywhere. I want the best.
Well, sometimes I question, Massive, if you even know what the best is.
Well, I'll know it. I'll know it. If I bite into it and I'm like, average, then I know.
That's the problem, Massive, is that you don't even know where you would get such a thing. You don't even know where to start.
Hence why I have been pecan pilot for 2 weeks.
Well, if I asked you how much effort you put into finding this pecan pie, what would you tell me?
Little to none. Just waiting for it to be delivered to my doorstep.
Randomly, by like the pie fairy, is what you're saying. Unless the pie fairy brings you this pecan pie, you're never going to have one.
I stopped knocking my tooth out and then checking under my pillow tonight.
Blame me. Alright, so NXR Gifted and Evasy Skysies are about to fight into the Parabolica. That is music to the ears of the Step Hen, who has moved into 5th place. That was close there. Unnecessarily close, and I don't know why they're fighting. Unless they're going to make up the time by dragging past the Step Hen, which neither of them are, then that was a gigantic waste of time. Yeah, they're going to be the only ones providing the hot racing action. So the Wannabe and Capacity Rex and Mr. Heat Gang, they're having their own little battle back here. I bet that's what you're watching, aren't you?
It's a toss-up between these two. Whichever battle you're watching, I'll try to watch the other one. Just that way, in case some shit goes down, one of us has got it.
Well, right now I'm focusing on the 5th, 6th, and 7th place battle, but I keep looking at these gaps, and the Wannabe is constantly 1 and 2 tenths behind. So close to Mr. Heat Gang. And you'd have to say a pretty good recovery drive here from Mr. Heat Gang. We saw him prone and off the track earlier. And this is actually going to become a 4-car battle, because they are going to catch up with Premi here shortly on those 7-lap medium tires. Well, he's going to have to really stretch it to get to the end of the race on those mediums. And the Wannabe is about to be within DRS range as Capacity Rex goes hecka wide there, coming out of Ascari. And he does have DRS, what the Wannabe does. So we have ourselves now a 4-car battle. As NXR Gifted, the Step Hen, and Evasy Skysies are continuing to fight it out. Oh, side-by-side hot racing action here between Evasy Skysies and the Step Hen. That is exactly what NXR Gifted wanted. Now, Evasy Skysies is out of DRS range, and they're fighting through Curva Grande. Neither one are going to give this up. They are effing themselves in the butt right now. Evasy Skysies finally pulls ahead. He's only 8 tenths behind. He can hold on here for a couple of corners. He will get the DRS back, and we'll have our 3-car battle back again. Fellers, not ideal. NXR Gifted starting to make some inroads on Victor Chouse, only 3.2 seconds behind. Wannabe, Preemie, Mr. Heat Gang, and Capacity are now completely joined up. And I know that's what you're watching right now, Massive. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Preemie is out of the DRS range. He's got it right now. Can he get back in? Who do you have as the winner out of this little 4-car battle?
It's a toughie. It's a toughie. Capacity, he's definitely looking for some sort of redemption, especially after last night. His DNF at the same track. No, I'm gonna choose Wannabe. He's staying consistent.
I'm personally going to go with Senior Heat Gang. I think his hard-working qualities are going to show him to the end here to be the #1 driver out of this little 4-car pack. And I think he's going to get 9th place.
Actually, that's
He's got to get past the Preemie right now. He's trying to pass him around Curva Grande. He's not even using any ERS, trying to do it the natural way. Having a little natural berth here. Goes down the inside. This is not a 2-car corner. Oh, and they have cost themselves time, Massive. Badly cost themselves time.
What is going on? See? Wannabe's going away. These guys just can't stay off each other.
No. And neither can Avazy Skies in the step hen. The NXR Gifted has been able to pull away from those two. He's 1.8 ahead of Avazy's and 1.8 now behind Victor Chouse. Could get himself into 4th before the end of this race.
Capacity's on a mission. I'd like to revisit something you just mentioned a couple minutes ago. I think, of course, we've seen the U.S. viewership increase quite a bit since Drive to Survive. But I think if the commentators decided to use clips and phrases like "effed in the butt," man, it'd be unstoppable. People would be like, "NASCAR, what?"
Who is everyone's favorite football announcer of all time? It's John Madden, right? Now, if John Madden was allowed to use the colorful language that I'm allowed to use here on Formula Worldwide Leagues, presented to you by Jim Cab, and we thank him so much for allowing us the freedom to say whatever we want. But if John Madden was allowed to say that, the NFL would have been much bigger, much sooner.
Got him in the butt. Boom. See?
Yeah, that would have been so good. Oh, dear. Drive to Survive. It's kind of ruined F1, hasn't it? Sorry, you go. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say there's some guys I don't think I can envision using that kind of language, nor am I sure I really would want them to, like Martin Brundle. I don't think that really suits his personality.
No, definitely not Martin Brundle. I agree with you completely. James Hunt would say something like that, though, for sure.
Yeah. Or Murray Walker, effed in the butt! No, he would never say that.
Man. I think we are in the worst age of commentators. I think Crofty is the worst. Not that he's bad, but I think that he is the worst of James Allen and Murray Walker, of course. Prefer those two over Crofty. I also wish Alex Jakes was the one who was on Sky and not Crofty. How do you feel about that? That's a hot take.
There's not many battles with Crofty where I would choose him over the other guy. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. Someone's wrecked. Oh, it's the Preemie. He spun around there through Curva Grande. That's a very weird place to be spun around at. But he's managed to do it. So we have 2 on-track battles left. We have Avazy Skiesies and the Step Hen, who have been connected to each other seemingly forever. Ahead of them is NXR Gifted, who must have made a terrible mistake because he has lost all the time that he gained on the Step Hen. or Schmerzer just picked up the pace in a major way. Either way, NXR Gifted not going to be getting on the podium tonight. Oh, that's right. NXR Gifted was following Victor Chouse, who is pit massive. Victor Chouse has gone into the pits. He's put on some fresh mediums.
He got tired of those hards. That VSC, that was the best time to do it.
I think that VSC might have been a little early to put mediums on, no?
Oh, the game won't let you do hards, 2 hards, will it?
No, you don't even have 2 sets of hards.
Oh, pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Who doesn't love a good hard tire?
they shouldn't even give us tire options. Just give us softs. Let us fight it out.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Actually, that's an interesting idea. I wonder how a race would go if you only had soft tires.
Yeah.
I wonder if that would be more boring or if people would be more incentivized to just chew through them.
Just got that one guy out there doing 50% pace.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if you should be incentivizing drivers that, look, your tires are going to die after 10 laps, so you might as well shred them while you got them.
Yeah.
I think we want drivers to be at max capacity pretty much all the time, right? Is that sort of what we want?
That was the best era of F1, was it not?
Which one?
Refueling and pitting like 3 times.
Yeah, 3 and 4 pit stops. That's what I'm talking about. I think they should get rid of that. You have to use 2 compounds BS. Like, just let them do whatever they want. Give them all the tires they want. Let them do whatever they want.
Give them some bicycle tires.
But just don't let them give them tires that will last an entire race, like the hard tire would in Russia, for example. I'm sure you remember famously when Nico Rosberg got a flat spot on lap 1 and then did the rest of the race on a set of hard tires. 52 or 53 laps, I believe. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that shouldn't. I mean, I get it. I know where they're coming from. They're like, ooh, check out our tires. They're great. Nobody gives a rat's ass. We want to see good racing.
Yeah, and who's going to be putting Pirellis on their, Toyota Tercel, Like, who are they marketing to? Who's buying Pirellis? A fine tire, I'm sure.
Does Pirelli make road tires?
Yeah, of course.
I don't even
The
pay
fact that you had
attention
to
to that
ask
sort
that
of thing.
is very indicative of what Pirelli have accomplished through their F1 partnership.
Yeah.
Absolutely fuck all.
Well,
Well,
I've never met anybody that has Pirellis on their car.
either have I. Either have I. And I don't know any Formula One drivers. So,
Preemie again.
it seems
What
unlikely
is he
that I'll ever...
doing?
I know. I
What is
saw
he
him down
doing?
here, and he's spinning around the Parabolica. He's about to get lapped by Sketchable. We haven't talked much about him, but I don't think we need to. I think we all know what's going on there with Sketchable. He's been defrauding the system for years. Finally got pulled up on it, but was able to talk his way out of it. Preemie goes into the pits and self-immolates, does the right thing. Doesn't want to interact with the rest of our drivers as they have to lap him. So we do have a 4-car battle back here, Massive, as Victor Chouse pulls up to the back of Wannabe Capacity and Mr. Heat Gang.
Yep. They finally caught back up to Wannabe. Wannabe's got that time.
Victor Chouse, he's on these fresh medium tires. He could throw a spanner in the works here.
I'm counting on him.
Yeah, I as well. Before it gets too spicy here, as everyone takes it easy through the first chicane, I think now would be a good time to talk about my baked goods things for the week. And all I really have to report is that I had the same pie that I had last week. I'm still eating it. I eat it every night, and it's taking me a little bit longer than it should. And I know everyone out there is disappointed that I don't have a new pie to talk about, and I'm sorry. I've done the best that I can. And as soon as this race is over, I'm going to go eat that pie. What's that?
This is a 2-week-old pie.
It's a 1-week-old pie. I got it last Friday night.
Oh, okay.
It's an apple toffee pie from Kroger, my favorite sort of pie. It's a tick undercooked, if I'm being honest. If I was to go talk to Mr. Kroger and let him know what I thought about it, I'd say just a wee bit undercooked, Mr. Kroger. But I went to the Kroger tonight to pick up a prescription for my wife, and while I was there, I picked up the prescription, of course, and I thought, does my wife need these life-saving drugs immediately? Or could I go into the freezer aisle and get myself maybe some Italian ice? Which I did, of course.
Look at this.
And I'm now the proud owner of some Italian ice that I'll be eating tonight as well. The Schmerzer Massive, I don't know if you've noticed this, but has somehow caught up to the Logistical Nightmare, and there's now a battle for second place going on.
All right.
The Schmerzer's going to have DRS going through the forest. I don't know how that happened. Perhaps the Logistical Nightmare made a mistake. Perhaps the Schmerzer caught up to him naturally. Either way, he's going to be going down the pit straight with a hot, steamy blast of DRS with a great chance to take second place in this race. The Schmerzer, as I've said a million times, Massive, he is a man of action.
Now, I don't care if we bring it up in the post-race interview or not, but I was really looking forward to seeing Sketchable not reassure. An actual fight for first place? No.
Yeah, no. In fact, last week, the Logistical Nightmare, he ran away with the race. I don't know if you watched it back, but he really dominated last week's race. An incredible performance. And he's second here tonight, so he is following it up.
Oh, here we go. Turn one. Everybody's been so well behaved.
And everyone continues to be well behaved. Victor Chaus goes through now into 8th place.
Yeah,
Capacity Rex, Mr. Heat Gang, and Wannabe are going to be left fighting for scraps. 9th place is the best any of those three can do. And they're trying to win that right now going into turn 4. Capacity Rex comes out on top for now. They've already lost DRS to Victor Chaus. So he gone, as Massive said, he gone. And the Schmerzer is going to take another crack at the Logistical Nightmare here, who looks like we're going to be talking to on the podium for 2 weeks in a row.
We should just not invite Sketchable to the... Or bring him in and be like, Sketchable, go over your little spiel with him and say congratulations, and then kick him from the... We'll just go on to the next guy.
Well, you've seen Sketchable. He'll just jump on the party on his own. You know, he's a 2-time defending champion, and he thinks he owns the place. Well, the Schmerzer does not come out in a good position after that little exchange between himself and the Logistical Nightmare, so his chances of a second place are toast. So, you know, I forgot about the step pen and Avasi Skies Massive. They're still going at it, but the step pen has a penalty, so none of this matters.
Yeah, Sketchable, it's kind of like the Lewis dominant era. The post-race, it's always the same. It was a hard race. This guy was fast. I thought he was going to catch me. And we're all sitting there like, yeah, we know that shit was never going to happen, but okay.
You missed the number one Lewisism, which is the fans here. These are the best fans. These fans in Hungary, they're the best fans.
Yep.
And then the crowd cheers. Every single time. Plays them like a fiddle. When I went to the Austin race, and I was hanging off the fence with Ted Kravitz glowering at me, so angry with me, I heard Lewis Hamilton, and he said that, and I cheered. So I was one of those dummies.
You cheered and you were like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you mean it. You love the fans here in America. We are the best, because we're Americans, and we're the best at everything. Massive. Who are you looking at? Because everyone's fighting here. Who should I... Capacity Rex has come out very badly. Did they fight through the
Yeah.
Parabolica?
They were.
What are they doing? That is a silly, silly, silly thing to do. So Capacity Rex ruins his chance at 10th place. It's now between the Wannabe and Senior Heat Gang. The Step Pen and Evasey Skyzy, well, that doesn't even matter because there's a penalty there. The Schmerzer, he's a half second behind. He's going to have one more hot, steamy blast of DRS. Going through the forest here. Can he make it count? Logistical Nightmare dumps the battery. The Schmerzers are doing the same. I think he's going to get close, Massive, but he's not going to get close enough. Sketchball gets a penalty here in the end. Oh, the Schmerzer does get close enough. Oh, they touch wheels going through a Scary. Logistical Nightmare comes out ahead for now, and he's going to come out ahead. Overall, wow. Stewards might be reviewing that. The Schmerzer took a hard line, a hard stance there into a Scary. He ends up not getting the position, but that was exciting. I'm very aroused. So now final battle on the track here is between the Wannabe and the Heat Gang, but the Wannabe has a penalty, so this doesn't matter. So he is going to finish 11th because Capacity Rex, regardless of what he does on track, is going to take that 10th place away. Oh shit, I forgot. And Sketchable has crossed the line like 5 minutes ago. Sketchable wins the Italian Grand Prix. That butt-fucking piece of shit. He is back, ruining races again. Can't wait to talk to him on the podium.
Oh, Capacity.
How did Capacity screw that up?
You lost the back end.
Oh, wow. So the Wannabe let off the hook. Oh, Capacity slams into the wall.
He's mad.
He's so mad. Novocaine, he's going to get his 2 seconds in the sun here. I don't think we've been on him tonight at all. He put on a fresh set of soft tires to steal the fastest lap from somebody. Let's see if he can do it. That's the final thing left in our race here.
Let's get logical and the schmooze and gifted in here.
Did he do it? Did Nova do it? Nova did it. Nova gets the fastest lap at the end of the race, taking it away from somebody. It looks like we have a couple people on the Discord machine saying angry things to each other. Let's see if any of them are going to be our podium drivers saying angry things to each other.
I'm here for it.
You remember, Massive, we had a little bit of a battle there at the end. Maybe the Schmerzer and Logistical Nightmare want to say terrible things to each other. Wouldn't that be fun?
Bring him in here. Let's bring them in here. Let's bring Capacity and the guy that he's... Bring him in here.
Wannabe, yeah. So, let's go through the annoying part of inviting everybody to our party. Invite to a party. Sketchable. Invite to a party. Logistical Nightmare. Invite to a party. The Schmerzer. Alright, so we have one of our podium finishers. Two of our podium finishers have joined us, waiting on the Schmerzer here. And the Schmerzer has joined us now. Boys, make sure all of your audio boxes are checked. I'm looking at you, Sketchable.
I've already had it in.
Okay. Okay. So, Sketchable, you are back in a big way. Your shadow ban, permanent ban, kicked off forever ban, somehow rescinded awfully quickly, suspiciously, and you're back to win the race. Congratulations. Good for you. We're all super happy for you.
I know half the time people now, knowing that I'm back, they can be like, oh god, he's back.
Correct.
I don't think I can say anyone here is happy I'm back and winning, so.
I'm kidding.
Well, Sketchable, that's the way you like it. I'm sure you're more of an anti-hero than the hero. That's the way you've presented yourself this entire time. You had an excellent race tonight, an excellent qualifying. Talk us through your race.
It was fun. Car felt good. Battle with me and Logic was, I thought, deep down, I think me and Logical, I was thinking in my head that me and Logical were trying to, like, pull away, like, just keep past each other back and forth, to, like, pull away from the guys behind. But other than that, once he made a mistake, I just had the pace to keep the gap, extend, and pretty much the car felt brilliant to drive the whole way through.
What I have
Well,
to
that's just
ask,
fantastic. Go ahead, Massive, please.
does driving the car feel any differently having the ankle bracelet on? Getting fresh out of
not at
prison?
all. Not at all.
All right. Well, Sketchable, congratulations on your win tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on the podium, and I'm sure we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you very much.
Cheers. So let's get to our second place finisher, Logistical Nightmare. We were watching you in that final lap. You were having an incredible battle with Schmerzer. You guys came together at Ascari. Massive and I were hoping that you wanted to say terrible things to each other, and if you did, now would be a great time to do so. So, Logistical Nightmare,
Do it.
how'd you feel about that dive bomb down there at Ascari? That was spicy, wasn't it?
I'm just glad we survived it. I was having fun racing them before. So, I mean, honestly, when we went into that, I really had no idea what either one of us were doing there. But it's sort of last lap antics, so I'm not gonna put it on them. You know, I probably would have made the same sins myself. I'm just glad that we both managed to save it, and Schmooze got his first podium.
Yeah. Well, that's
That's
cool,
not what
I
we
guess.
wanted.
Yeah.
Playing the political game.
So, yeah, we'll get to the Schmerzer here in a second. I'm sure he'll talk some shit, but you, Logistical Nightmare, 2 weeks in a row now. Last week you were in first place, obviously. This week, second place. You have found your pace, haven't you?
Yeah, man. In 5 races, I've been on 4 podiums, so I've been keeping it, pretty real. And just trying to stick in it. I mean, Italy is honestly the last track where I'm going to have any problems with ABS, so I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season. Turn 1 got me a few times, and same for Turn 4 today. And that's why I lost Sketchy in the end, was just front locks at 1 and 4. Yeah, I was just braking too late. I was just sending a little too hard. Yeah, I was being a scrub. So, yeah, hopefully I can
All
have a
right.
few more races where Sketchy gets banned or something like that, so I can get a few more W's this season. But,
I think we're all hoping for that, Logistical Nightmare.
Yeah.
I think we're all hoping for that.
makes it
But,
way more interesting. So,
Yes, it does indeed.
yeah, I'm trying to be.
All right.
American.
Well, Logistical Nightmare, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Congratulations on your second place, and it looks like we'll be talking to you again next week.
Thank you, sir.
So, Schmerzer, our third place finisher, you sent it at Ascari. You were trying to be a man of action, as you always are. What did you think the odds of that coming off were?
Mediocre. In hindsight, I would have waited, even though, so I wasn't planning on making that send, but I was going so goddamn fast that I was like, I'm gonna be side by side at the entry to this corner at the braking point, and then I broke like probably 0.1 too late and left him only a half a car width instead of a full, and we fucked up. I fucked up, and thankfully we didn't get too fucked up, but it was fun.
Well, indeed it was. It was fun to watch. You end up finishing in third place in this race. You've had a pretty goddamn good season. What do you think you have left in the tank for these last 5 races?
Oh, there's only 5 left.
Yeah.
I'll be here for the next one. I'm gonna miss potentially 2, unless I can figure out a way to fit a play seat challenge in a suitcase. So maybe. So I don't know. I'll maybe get 1 or 2 more podiums, hopefully.
Okay. Well, hopefully you find some dedication in that suitcase, and
Yeah.
you're able to join us for a few more races.
Hopefully.
But while you're here, we do love having you because you do make things happen. So thank you so much for joining us, and again, congratulations on your third place finish tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Massive. Well, that'll do it for us tonight. Before we go, do you have any final thoughts you want to share with the people out there?
Final thoughts. Man, put me on the spot here. I don't have any final thoughts. I'm just sitting here listening to your smooth voice, talking to these fantastic fellas. I got nothing.
As always, Massive, you provide the searing insight we need as our co-commentator, so thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you to everyone out there in Formula Worldwide Leagues land for joining us. Thank you for coming back to watch the stream. I am your affable host, DonutPuncher272, saying until next week, it is good night.